Woohoo! This is Retro Spirits Gaiden, and this is a Miracle Adventure. This is on the Neo Geo AES, and it's also known as Spinmaster. And we have the 330 Mega Progress Spec Legend. This is not a Giga Power game, as you will see when you see the visuals. But it is a mildly diverting platform run and gun style game. It reminds me a bit of Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja, and it's developed, I guess, by Data East, who did Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja, so you can see the lineage there. We do have some nicely drawn backgrounds. We've got weirdly proportioned characters. They've got comically large heads, and the main protagonist here, has a yo-yo, but he can change his weapon to different weapons, such as bombs, fireballs, icicles, and boxing gloves. And if you hold down the fire button, you can charge it any weapon to make a large version of that weapon. Here we go. You have smart bombs to clear the screen of enemies, and like I said, you have mildly diverting platform action in the arcade style. It's pleasant. It's a pleasant game. It's a short game. It's not super difficult. It's difficult enough that you'd have to practice a little bit to one credit it. I guess. I've never one credited it. And I bought this sort of on a whim, really. I was aware of the game, and I think I read about it in Edge magazine many years ago, and I'd always wondered about it. I'd never really played it. I bought this in Japan many years ago on a visit to Japan, and I got it for a fairly reasonable price. I forget how much it was, but these days the Japanese version is several £100s, and is it not worth several £100 at all? Like I said, it's a mildly diverting platform shoot 'em up with some nice graphics and animation, some decent sound, but that's all it is. It's nothing special, and if you like spending several £100s on something which is nothing special, then I suggest you get yourself a copy of this, with its cartoon stylings. It's alright, it's just inoffensive. There's not a lot else to say about it. You've got like different vehicles you get in at certain points. You've got like a slide attack, I believe. You've got an energy bar. You've got a guy in a cowboy hat screaming at you. You've got a map. And you've got scene 2, which is set in the desert, and you get nipped at by scorpions. There you go. There's a tough blue dude there, smashing his fists together in a threatening manner. Here's the icicle. I don't know if these weapons have any specific kind of, other than their charge ability, whether they have any other traits, like, you know, is it easier to defeat scorpions with a boxing glove than it is a yo-yo, for instance? Can't tell you, because I don't know. All I can tell about the yo-yo is it's got a very limited range. Each different weapon does have a different bomb, though. So yeah, look, it looks alright, doesn't it? It's kind of cartoony and fun. I think the main character is very ugly. He's a very ugly design, and yeah, that puts me off slightly. We've got a minecart stage. Yeah, it's a platform shoot 'em up game, so you've got stuff like this going on. But it's alright. Like I say, it's inoffensive. There's not many of these games on the Neo Geo, really. I mean, they're kind of... I guess this is more platformy than shooty. It's not like Metal Slug, which is more shooty. You've got this, you've got Blues Adventure, which is another... Well, it's another mildly diverting game. It's no Super Mario World, but it's fine. Blues Journey, though, is a lot cheaper than this game. You've got Top Hunter, which is also an expensive game. I think this is closer to Top Hunter than, say, Blues Journey, I suppose. And you've got what else have I got? I've got similar Magician Lord. Yeah, it's not as good as Magician Lord, I would say. And just trying to think of a platform sort of running guns. You've got Cyberlip, which I don't own, so I can't judge it against that. But this is no Metal Slug beater, that's for sure. Other platform shooty games. I mean, there's not a huge amount of more platform-focused shooty games. This is more like this is Joe and Mac essentially for the Neo Geo, and it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. What else is there to say? It's got crazy ass mummies in it, which are kind of cool when they die. Yeah, it's not Metal Slug levels of animation, but it's pretty damn sweet. Like I say, it's just the main character is butt ugly. Weird shaped head and eyes combo. Yeah, so anyway, if you want to buy this game on the Japanese AES, you're looking at several £100s. I don't know if the Spinmaster version, which I guess is the American version, is any cheaper. Probably not. So yeah, a rarity maybe, but not a. Ooh, look at that! Not a must-have, I'm afraid. This doesn't tend to come up on compilations a lot, this game, because it's a Data East game, not an SNK game, so I guess it's rarer because of that, and that's where the price of it comes in. But leave it a rare game, I'd say. Or, and it's not often I say this, have a look at it on emulation, he whispered, and see what you think. It's got a nice line and some bosses, I'll give it that. These things are quite cool, and there's like a dragon boss on like one of the levels, which might be in the video, and yeah, that's all to say about it really. It's a simultaneous two-player game as well, which probably makes it a lot easier, to be fair. There isn't a huge amount of levels. I think there's only 5 levels in the game total, but you do have limited continues, so you won't be finishing it on your first go, although I don't think you'll be far off if you've got any sort of skills. I suppose 8-Man is another game which is fairly similar, yeah, so this is more like, it's actually very similar to 8-Man in both gameplay and audio-visual accomplishment. So there we go. I prefer 8-Man, truth be told, but 8-Man's also an expensive game of these days. Right then, that's me, and that's Miracle Adventure. Ta-ra!
Ow! Ow! Yippee-yi-yay! Oh! 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 Oh!